Pokémon TCG Pocket is a mobile Pokémon card game with a major focus towards building a digital collection. There are lots of different ways to obtain cards in the game beyond opening your allotted one pack every 12 hours. There's one card obtaining method that stuck out to me. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Now, with a game like this, you might think my issue with Wonder Pick is that it's predatory in terms of monetization. But that's not actually the problem I have with it at all. My biggest issue with Wonder Pick is that it's just poorly thought out. What is Wonder Pick? How does it work, and how does its implementation in Pokémon TCG Pocket bring to light some of the game's major flaws? Wonder Pick is actually one of three main ways to obtain cards in Pokémon TCG Pocket. The main way to get cards in Pokémon TCG Pocket is to open booster packs, of which you can open one 5-card pack for free every 12 hours. There are ways to speed up the pack opening with these little Pikachu hourglasses, with each hourglass taking 1 hour off towards your next pack, allowing you to open more than 2 a day. While the main way to get these hourglasses is to spend sweet money, there is ample opportunity to get these hourglasses by playing the game normally and racking up achievements. Another way to get cards is to spend what are called pack points, which allow you to purchase, I think, potentially every card in the game. Pack points are just about the worst way to obtain cards, as you only get 5 pack points for every pack you open, and the amount of pack points you need to get cards is more than that, much more. A run-of-the-mill common will set you back 35 pack points. An uncommon, think first stage evolutions and supporter cards, will cost you 70. Rarer final stage evolutions will cost you 150, standard EXs will cost you 500, and all those fancy special art cards will cost pretty high as well, ranging from 400 for the regular special art cards all the way up to a whopping 2,500 pack points for the fancy schmancy gold cards. I don't really take issue with the special art cosmetic cards costing so many pack points. They're the big ticket items, and all of them have less flashy, mechanically identical versions. The regular cards, and I count the standard EXs as regular cards, are far too expensive if you are thinking in the context of fair deck building amongst the entire player base. I was lucky enough to get myself some Blastoise cards, and when I was making a deck, I realized I haven't pulled a War Turtle. I thought to myself, well, that's no big deal. It's an uncommon, I should probably be able to use some pack points to get some. However, 2 War Turtle would have cost me 140 pack points, nearly 30 packs worth. And that's just for 2 measly cards that aren't even the main cards in the deck. So with opening packs being pretty much fully random and pack points being too ineffective, surely a feature as optimistically named as Wonder Pick would help me get the cards I need, right? Here is how Wonder Pick works. On the Wonder Pick page, you take a look at some packs that were opened by real players in the recent past. If you happen to covet any of thy neighbor's Pokémon cards, you may be tempted to Wonder Pick. However, Wonder Picking does not grant you all of the cards in the pack, obviously. No, the way Wonder Pick works is that once you decide on a pack that looks good, you then are randomly given one of the 5 cards in that pack. Do you see the problem here? I see several. First off, Wonder Picks have a cost, Wonder Hearts, which is a name I made up because I think it sounds better than Wonder Stamina. I don't know why, I just hate the use of the term stamina in that context in mobile games, but I digress. So, a Wonder Pick can cost between 1 to 4 Wonder Hearts. What a Wonder Pick costs is decided by how rare the rarest card in the pack is. And the thing about trading card game packs is that, well, there's usually only one rare card in a given pack, with the rest being your run-of-the-mill commons and uncommons. This means that 80% of the time, whether you spend 1 heart or 4, you're walking away with just a regular card. And in case you didn't hear me right, that's just 1 Wonder Heart every 12 hours, not filling up the whole 5 max Wonder Hearts every 12 hours. You want to try for an EX? Wait a day and a half for a 1 in 5 chance. That means that statistically speaking, you're likely to get 1 EX in the span of a week using Wonder Pick. Now, to make things a little better, there is a similar hourglass system to the packs with Wonder Pick, but that only takes you so far. Alright, So that's not the best way to get EXs and rare cards. Maybe I can use Wonder Pick to get some other smaller cards that are important to the current deck I'm building. If that's the case, you are still going up against those pesky 1 in 5 odds, and there are only so many Wonder Picks to choose from. So even if you're lucky, you'll only get one 20% chance to get the common card you want. And maybe that common card is in a pack with an EX in it, which will make you spend more Wonder Hearts. There's one more cherry on top of this bad game mechanics sundae: rewind clocks. When you scroll a little bit more down the Wonder Pick menu, you're gonna find some darkened Wonder Picks. These Wonder Picks are the same as other Wonder Picks, except you have to use a whole other item called the rewind clock to unexpire the expired Wonder Pick. So you're telling me that you set an arbitrary expiration date just so you could make up an in-game item that I have to use if I happen to see a card I want in the expired Wonder Pick, which I will then only have a 20% chance of getting. The rewind clock, to my knowledge, is not an item you can buy with real money. At least that's what I think is the case. Let me know if I missed something. So if the Wonder Clock isn't something that people are spending their real money on, why have the expiration system at all? One way to fix the Wonder Pick system is to charge you the Wonder Hearts after the card is chosen randomly. That way, you only lose 3 Wonder Hearts if you actually got the EX card you had your eye on. You still would have to have at least minimum 3 hearts in order to even try the Wonder Pick, however, which would be the only catch. It's still not a perfect system, and I've got another idea that would actually be even better, but you'll have to wait until the end of the video to hear it. I can see what they were going for with Wonder Pick. I do. It's a nice feeling when you actually do pick out the card you wanted, and it's a way to build up your collection in a more intentional way than random packs. But its poor execution doomed it to be a frustrating and near useless part of the game. So now that we know how Wonder Pick is flawed, let's get into the reason why all this really matters. Let's start off this section of the video by talking about Pokémon TCG Pocket's battle system. It's actually pretty good. I'm surprised I'm even saying that. I sat down and played some Pokémon TCG Pocket over on my second channel, Game Cubicle Plays, and totally went into it thinking the battle system was going to be far too simple and boring, and well, you can watch that video and see me realize how wrong I was in real time. Link in the description. Now, TCG Pocket's battle system is simple. The decks are only 20 cards, it removes the prize cards in favor of a 3-point-to-win knockout system, and it replaces energy cards with a free energy you can attach once a turn. While I do hope TCG Pocket eventually adds a bigger battle function more akin to the traditional Pokemon TCG, what we have right now is a well-paced, strategically challenging, and mentally engaging little card game. In my other videos that criticized Pokemon TCG Pocket leading up to its launch, link to those videos in the description, by the way, one of the biggest problems I foresaw with the game was that players who are willing to pay were going to get all the best cards and put together the best decks, turning the game into a pay-to-win nightmare. Did this fear come to pass? Yes, absolutely. But not as bad as I thought. The game being simpler and cards being relatively accessible does mitigate a lot of these problems, and the game does offer you battles against CPU opponents, which is something I asked for in my initial reveal video, so credit where credit is due to Pokemon TCG Pocket for that. And for real-life opponents, the game does have an option for you to say if you're an expert or beginner player. Not sure what's keeping jerk experts from saying they're beginners, but sure, honor system, that always works with a mass audience. To bring this all back to Wonder Pick, the system of getting cards is without a doubt the biggest flaw of the battle system, and it keeps me from properly wanting to engage with playing against other players until I build up a proper meta deck, which is gonna take me a while because I don't really feel like investing into premium passes and Pokegold. The idea of this being both a collecting game and a game where you battle real-life people is a problem because those types of games are at odds with each other. Collecting games are most fun when you don't have all the collectibles because it gives you something to aspire to, whereas competitive games are most fun when everyone is on an equal playing field so that the competitors with the most skill feel like they really earn the win. They're mutually exclusive, and to nurture one aspect of the game will harm the other. TCG Pocket chose to nurture the collecting side more, but it actually didn't neglect the competitive side as much as I thought, and they really almost made something great here. I think that TCG Pocket really could have benefited from embracing allowing their players to access good cards and make good decks pretty much immediately, and they could have used the Wonder Pick system to do so. How about instead of Wonder Pick picking random cards, It picks less rare cards related to cards you already have, with a 100% chance of getting them. And you can even tie it to the good cards that you already pulled in the packs. Like, I got Blastoise EX, well, why can't I use my Wonder Hearts to nab some War Turtles? Wonder Pick should also be focused around getting the much needed supporter cards that can make or break decks. Something I noticed while going up against real players who clearly spent money on the game is that they had supporter cards that I just didn't get yet. The game needs to make these more middle-of-the-road cards like evolutions and supporter cards more available immediately, because that will actually make the most difference for newer players. Let it take a while for me to build up all my EXs. I was expecting that with a game like this, but I should have my stage 1s and support cards that I need to get right into some battles. That way, the game can still be reasonably competitive, and you'll have some fun chase cards to look forward to. But those are my thoughts on Wonder Pick and TCG Pocket as a whole. I'm actually surprised to say that I enjoy the game more than I thought I would. I still have my problems with it, and still agree with the things I said in my previous videos, but as far as what I speculated would happen, the game turned out as a decent but still massively flawed little Pokémon TCG experience. But what do you think of it? Do you enjoy the game? Do you think Wonder Pick doesn't work? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, if you like this video, check out this other video right here. Or if you want to watch me play Pokémon TCG Pocket, check out this video right here. If you like what I do and want to see me do more of it, consider becoming a channel member or supporting my Patreon. Link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.